Okay, I am looking at the counter, Nerd Squad. We have 11-second delay. No delay on the camera. It's 11:52 a.m. PST, February 28th, 2025, Friday. This is a consensual recording of Mystic Gwen pursuant to the Federal Bureau of Investigation's instructions. Be advised, I'm not an employee of the FBI, but I've been authorized to state I am an informant since the last week of June 2024. If you are watching this video, there's a few things to keep in mind. One, if this live stream ends for any reason without me orally stating the end time and telling you that a new live stream is going to be initiating within 90 seconds or less, I did not end it. Unit 207, the domestic terrorist organization up there that began as an aggravated criminal conspiracy 2 years ago in March 2023 and made the intentional decision to become a domestic terrorist organization on August 6, 2024, is responsible for it. They believe that following through with their over a year and a half premeditated plan to criminally and illegally break in without allowing my ability to have a live stream running is their best option. And when I say they, I only am referring to the individuals that are going to prison for the longest and the individuals that are going to prison. That is to say, over 50% of the individuals that frequent Unit 207 for the FBI have blown the whistle. They're not going to be going to prison for the rest of their lives. They're going to be detained with everyone during the Blitz sweep, but they're not going to be strip searched. They're going to be met in King County by some federal marshals that are going to take them to a hotel. And they're going to have an armed federal marshal outside of their door and have hundreds of dollars a day in a per diem to eat well. Now, that being said, the FBI is excited to, quote, abdicate, end quote, those individuals in positions of power. That means forcibly remove them. The FBI has also stated that people who thought that retirement would prevent their detainment and arraignment are delusional. Retirement doesn't prevent detainments and arraignments, and that's plural. Now, if you have no idea what's going on here, you're going to have to dedicate about 4 hours of listening time to a couple of different videos that are here. One is on my YouTube channel. It's titled Mystic Gwen versus the North Everett Precinct of Fraudsters, the Stalker, the Extortionists et al. It was published and made public on December 30th at 3 a.m. Two is the update with the legal filings from this month, and that is titled 2/16 3 a.m. DEBRIEF. Since then, we've seen a huge escalation and a complete desperation. The individuals going to prison for the longest amount of time believe that they have roughly 30-something days to facilitate a breaking and entering and an unlawful and illegal arrest, committal, or kidnapping of me, something that they were projecting for last week and the week before that, and then it was this next week, and now it sounds like in their minds sometime between now and March 12th. Last Friday, they had individuals criminally and illegally here banging on the doors and windows and demanding that I open my door when they know that just being outside of my door is a series of felonies. And they've also been aware since August 5th that they are 100% under an FBI investigation. And they've actually known for a significant amount of time prior to that, but that was the first time that the FBI was able to acquire recordings of me talking to some of the individuals going to prison and or people speaking on their behalf. And other than that, they also saw when I opened up the letter from the Department of Justice over a month prior to their making those kidnappings actionable, that the Department of Justice Special Criminal Task Force was on this case. For those of you that are too stupid to know, that is the FBI. That's the Bureau. Ladies and gentlemen, terrorists and babies, the DOJ's Criminal Special Task Force is the Bureau, you dumb fucks. So now we are in a kerfluffle because the whistleblowers are at risk of retaliation more significant than what I've experienced. And if you've missed it, over the last 2 years, I've been a victim of 250 separate crimes. And then that became 5 days a week in September of 2023. Then it became on August 6th, they began illegally detaining me. And since then, it has been every single day. Just let that sink in. So, watch those 2 videos. Read the descriptions under every public video, and especially this one, since they've been unable to criminally and illegally terminate any of my live streams. They've attempted 2 things. They've shut off the entire internet, and they've begun filing fraudulent copyright claims in order to make videos that were set to public so anyone could view them disappear. I'm going to speculate here that's in an attempt to facilitate more individuals to come by again today, tomorrow, the next day, and do some of what they've done 4 times in the last week and over 50 times since August. And that is attempt illegal entry, stalk me, retaliate against an FBI informant, impede and obstruct a federal investigation, tamper, stalk, ADA, civil rights, yada, yada, yada. Basically, there's a little song that I made up and it applies. So just remember the song. It's real easy. Mystic Gwen's door is a no, unless you want to go to the federal penitentiary. So I don't have any intention of ending this live stream for a very long time, like probably 12 hours-ish. But they may shut off the internet again. They get triggered since the 11th. Anytime a recording is longer than 6.5 hours, there is a young lady upstairs that I call Mini Me, codename Lisa, who idolizes the woman going to prison for longer than anyone else. And she literally wants to hurl herself out the window and kill herself anytime the live stream is going for longer than 6 hours and 30 minutes. And she starts turning to every single fellow domestic terrorist upstairs and demanding that they try this or that until she's terminating it. And I've allowed her to terminate it over the last few days because I was running live streams with screen shares. And the FBI wanted me to bait them. So it is now noon and it's Friday. Do you think they'll come back again today to scream things and bang on things? Or do you think it'll be like the last time that they were here and not just doing exterior stalking outside of my door? If you missed it, I can't remember if it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It may have been the day before. They had someone come out here and throw something at my house, something that I could only compare to the sound of an empty camping cooler hitting a brick wall. Definitely wasn't an egg. There'd be a crack. Definitely wasn't a tomato. There'd be a splat. Definitely wasn't papers or plastic. It was, well, if it was plastic, it was something that was plastic and hollow and large. And you're looking currently at the ceiling of my house. Let me do this real quick so I don't forget later. The FBI wants me to show you. The front door looks just the same as it has since they facilitated their last break-in. The living room window has 2 sets of curtains that have been up for 13 years. And then the FBI told me because they kept up with their exterior stalking and moving private property, the decorations hanging outside in order to stalk me, that I could hang up drawings of myself giving a middle finger or do something else to obstruct their view. I selected that dark red sheet because this is the amount of visibility. This is the best visibility you can get. Daytime, and you can't make out what's on the other side. You get some color and some shape. That's it. A little bit of light and some shape. And at nighttime, once it's dark, you can't see through it at all. And then just keep in mind, you may be wondering, well, why are you still in this situation if the FBI is investigating you and this is happening and that is happening? And the answer is because these idiots still have felonies planned to be perpetrated on their itinerary involving my name. That is the answer. When they no longer have active plans to commit crimes or to try and get others who've been so willing to join them in prison to commit crimes, that is when they will be detained. Or, this is a big or they can't resist another breaking and entering, which these suicidal crazy ladies, who I call Kim J-Ungs, codename Kim J-Ungs, that's what the crazy ladies are. They see no other option, and it's so insane because all that it actually does is make it so those individuals will be going to prison with them. And contrary to what those ladies think, they will be charged for it too. They still both believe that they're going to be able to point the finger at everyone who followed their unlawful directives, their fraudulent court orders, their perceived authority, and say they did it, not me. And they are so wrong, especially because, according to the FBI, over 20 individuals said that those psycho cunts promised them non-existent immunity. The reality is, you are criminally and personally liable. Doesn't matter if you're a policeman. Doesn't matter if you're a sheriff. And the FBI has stated they have verified for everyone who is not a member of the domestic terrorist organization and or close to or known associate of someone who is, that everything I fucking said is true. That includes the sheriffs, who is my understanding are their partners in some way. Maybe because after these idiots are detained and arraigned in King County for their federal crimes, you have to remember they also have to go to Snohomish County Superior Courthouse because they defrauded their employer, the state of Washington, and they attempted to defraud the Attorney General. And the Attorney General / state of Washington gets their asses at Snohomish Superior Courthouse, where they'll be arraigned and given a new indictment. So that is where we are. Now, they've prevented me from being able to listen to any podcast, to go to any website other than, apparently, I've successfully been able to open a Wikipedia page and to send, not open, an email. Other than that, any other web page or thing that I do on any device in my home, including ones that are not connected to the internet and have never been connected to the wireless internet that I'm paying for, have magically, it's not magically, it's thanks to Unit 207 and the domestic terrorists, child abusers, stalkers, thieves, fraudsters, yada, yada, yada. And their hacks, which is visible in hours and hours and hours of YouTube lives from this last week where I do screen share to show you. So as a result, fortunately for me, when Blockbuster and Snohomish went out of business, I bought their entire VHS collection of like a section and a half, like horror, the whole section of what was left, and half of the action. And I am a projectionist, which no longer matters in today's theaters, but it means that I have lots of VCRs and I can make the movies play. So I have VCR footage now that I can do, and I have a ham radio, which I used earlier today and saw that DCYF is running numerous channels from directly above my condo. So is the North Everett Precinct. Now, it is illegal for me to hop on those channels, but I have a very nice ham radio that can do anything that anyone with my security clearance is allowed to do. But I do not have, ladies and gentlemen, a license for a ham radio. So I'm not going to commit any crimes on that. But I have set that up just so that I can hear some FM radio. And in the event that these idiots try their break-in while terminating the live stream, I can let everyone in the Everett Navy base know instantaneously, which will be recorded, exactly what they're doing. Is that illegal? Yeah, but it's one of those things that I'm fairly confident, given the circumstances, I won't have any sort of consequence for. Either way, I'm keeping the ham radio on and charged. It also has an alarm, you know. It can do everything. Excellent ham radio. And that's where we are. And for the scientific minds, the answer, my friend, is the antennas. It's got such excellent antennas and scanning abilities that really it should not have, but it was designed in a different country. And I made the purchase while you could still buy it from that country. Again, it's an excellent ham radio. It's an excellent ham radio. Now, I'm going to read aloud the description in this video because it's things that I want everybody to know. And I should have done that really at the very beginning of this. Okay. So as of 12:10 p.m., this is what's in the description, and you should check because if anything substantial happened while this was recording, I will have updated it in the description. Here we go. 228, 11:44 a.m. Unit 207, North Everett Precinct are running their streams in a way that my ham radio has picked up. DCYF, North Everett Precinct. Additionally, they have been unable to terminate my live stream since yesterday, so they have been playing around with terminating them by copyright claims, removing them from visible to private, theoretically to facilitate that breaking and entering, illegal and unlawful arrest, kidnapping, committal. Also, cell phones still able to record offline for long enough as supplement. This video just serves as proof of life as they keep trying to make all videos published for public invisible to manipulate others into joining their domestic terrorist organization, indoor showing their loyalty by perpetrating more felonies without immunity, regardless of position, indoor authority. New live stream will be running in private. I am an authorized to state FBI informant. North Everett Precinct, Unit 207 et al. Are not in operation /sting. They are an aggravated criminal conspiracy since March 2023 and prior. that transformed into a domestic terrorist organization on August 6th, 2024. They have attempted illegal entry over 50 plus times since August 2024, including 4 times since the 20th of this month, with more plans to do so and more in the immediate. Every Friday, less 5 or 6 since September 2023. The individuals involved since then perpetrate and/or utilize others to perpetrate crimes against me. They have been actively engaging in tampering, intimidation, retaliation, stalking, criminal trespass, harassment, cybercrimes, cyberstalking, ADA violations, obstruction, etc., interfering with the FBI investigation they have known they are under since prior to the organization becoming a domestic terrorist organization on August 6th, 2024. For background on recent events / imminent threats, see description and title on Livestreams. From 2:23 the evening of to date, search and listen to 2:16 3 a.m. debrief here on my YouTube channel, and also the 12:30 3 a.m. video titled Mystic Gwen versus the North Everett Precinct of Fraudsters, the Stalker, the Extortionist, et al. I've disabled the chat for this video at 12:14 p.m. And for those of you that are ham radio nerds, it is military grade. It's military grade, baby. This ham radio. Military grade. I'm turning it off for the moment, though, just so it can charge. Anytime it's plugged in, you can't get a clear signal because the antenna is not supposed to be sticking out the top of it. So close to the charging base. Too much metal. Metal on metal on metal. You could listen to it, but I don't want to hear it. I hate the staticky sound. It's got to be clear for my ears. So I'll let it charge for a bit. I can't remember the charging length. I think that once it's fully charged, I've got somewhere between 24 and 72 hours of battery life. It was dead when I pulled it out today. I've charged it in like over a year. All right, so I watched VHS, Dick Tracy, some movie with Goldie Hawn called Deceived, and Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker yesterday. Now I'm going to choose something else. Hopefully I've got something that I don't remember. Well, this one I remember, but let's do it. I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. Shaft. I'm in the mood for the theme song. Who delivers 10 times out of 10? Shaft and also Samuel L. Jackson. And in this movie, we have both because Shaft is Samuel L. Jackson. And some of you may know this because you have good taste in movies, but this movie is about corrupt cops, motherfuckers. The symbolism. And we've got the Toshiba VCR, which says right on the outside, 1 minute rewind, baby. That's because that was the hot shit, man. Dude. Toshiba makes good stuff. This isn't the first one of their VCRs that I've used. If we're talking mechanical devices with small chips that aren't too small, Toshiba's good. Play. I think this way I'll skip the Oh, I wanted to skip the trailers. This is still the trailer thing. Shaft versus the corrupt police. Who's going to win? Who has the biggest stick? That's not always the answer.
I won't leave here until somebody helps me.
Excuse me, who's home, Tom?
Shaft.
Same birthday as every kid on that board. You're not like ordinary children, Cookie. You know that.
Dear God, please help me.
We're gonna get it back, man. I promise you that.
Eric's got this version Only it's more like the opposite religion. About a year ago, they started hunting kids. What does this have to do with Cody? She's the one they've been looking for all along. She's gonna lead people to God.
Join us, Cody. Stark is well protected.
You saying you're scared of him?
He'll bury you if you come after him.
Promise to get her out of there.
We're playing this for educational purposes. This is for the education of the whistleblowers that have to sit there and tell the Kim Jong-uns about what excellent rockets they make. And today is Friday, and I'm everybody's favorite teacher, guys. I'm the teacher that brings in the old school TV and the VCR
If you believe,
on Fridays. You're welcome.
if not, you come to me.
Tell your mom that I like wine as a Christmas gift.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
I'm not showing you the screen because Unit 207 kept complaining about the fact that I was showing movies in an attempt to try and make the live stream go bye-bye because they couldn't hack it. FYI, according to the FBI, the smartest guy upstairs with computers, he can't do it right now, and that means none of you can. What does that mean? I have no fucking idea. Does it mean you'll go away? No? Okay. Oh, here it goes. I hear Shaft, dude.
Who's the Black Friday tickets? Sex machine with all the chips. Damn.
You know, one thing that's cool about Samuel L. Jackson, guys, we haven't heard anything fucked up about him yet. Maybe 10 years from now, right? You can eat Jell-O and drink booze with Shaft, no problem. He's not Bill Cosby. He's not gonna Harvey Weinstein you. He doesn't cast the movies.
They said it's that Shaft is a bad mother. I'm talking about Shaft. He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but this woman. Got his head stalled in pretty good. Witnesses? Nope. You come from in there? He's dressed like it. Let anybody leave? I know the job. Hey, just doing mine. There you go. Gotta get You don't worry about my father, you worry about me. I'm not going to argue. What? How'd you get that blood on your son? What? I'm going to ask you again. Give me attitude this time. Can I grab you by your hair? How did you get that blood on your son? Looks like we started it. And I finished it. Look, I was razzing the guy. Couldn't take a joke. Ah, so you cracked his head open. Slipped all pissed off. I fallen out to apologize. Next thing I know, he's coming at me with a silver bat. I was defending myself. Anybody see? No, officer, it's just me and him. You know who my father is? No. Do you? Pick him out. What's your name? What'd you see? Why did you point that down to me when I came in?
I didn't.
What's that? What'd you see?
Nothing, I swear. It's a zoo in here. I'm working. How can I see anything?
That's it. There's a potential witness you should see. I'll be back in a minute. Keep it company, okay?
Did it? That racist bastard. That's the one that did it.
How do you know? Did you see it?
No. He was sitting over there. And he was hassling Trey from the minute we all walked in the door.
Yo. Excuse me, sir. Yo. Sir. They don't serve no malt liquor here. No malt liquor. All right? No.
I?
What the hell's your problem, buddy?
No, I want to go.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Don't even worry about it. Have a seat. What did your friend Trey do?
Nothing. Tried to ignore the guy. The bastard just wouldn't let up.
No 40s, no chronic, no Indo.
I?
Hey, dog, is you deaf?
Call it back!
You got that, Tupac? Then what happened?
Trey turned the tables on the guy. What are you doing? He took one of these white napkins and a knife and he poked holes in it. Then he walked over to where the guy was sitting.
Drop this.
And he dropped it on his head. Everybody laughed. I guess that little prick was pissed. And embarrassed that all his friends laughed at him.
Tell me he is not the primary on this. This actually. Walter Wade Jr. You big Walter Wade son? Yes, I am. The real estate company. Correct. That is a big man, huh? Big man. Big man. Wait. She saw it. So what you do, motherfucker, threaten him? Oh, she had to go to John. Where'd she go? She left. He's starting to see homeboys got rid of him, huh? What? Something like that? My nose is broken. Dude, wait! He broke my nose! I've been waiting for this all year. You are gone, mistress. Gone. For what? That? His groups in the community couldn't go deeper. He has no criminal record. Your Honor, the charge is homicide. Not having done it before is not an excuse. Bail is set at $200,000.
Okay, you're going to stay in my living room, but I'm going to share a screen with you so you can see them attempt to terminate my stream while I open up another tab. All right, there we go. Hello. My hand's on the bottom right. This is my screen. This is the task manager. I'm going to click on this new tab. The browser is going to look different. That's because it's the domestic terrorist in Unit 207. See? And then spare render normally isn't something you should be worried about, but if you've watched the hours and hours of footage from earlier this week, you've seen that that's more than spare render. That's a whole bunch of different hacks tied into my network. They've got it set up to pretend to be sharing my devices, and they've been utilizing a cell phone they've been attempting to destroy since August that the FBI had me bait them with last month. And any other laptop, including laptops that have never been connected to the internet, to terminate the live streams and to set up code so that anything that you do, again, other than seemingly one Wikipedia page and being able to send an email, they get to follow along so that they can attempt to terminate the live stream. So I sent an email earlier, and then they criminally and illegally shut off my internet, and they've been pretending to be my internet. And so I'm going to speculate that my neighbor that I asked to do me a favor did that favor, and that's why they terminated the internet, so they could reconfigure their hacking tools and software with the hope of terminating my ability to make any live stream at all in a couple of days. So service worker is actually them. That should actually say domestic terrorist upstairs pretending to be me. And every time they do this, you'll notice over here the network goes to 0. That's because they're hoping to make the YouTube go to 0 and to terminate it. Oh, I didn't get a response from him. So perhaps I was a tad bit excitable. Now I'm going to click on this. This is the preceding live stream that preceded the last one, prior to the one that I made public because they were attempting to make no video visible, which told me that they had some plans for today that were dependent on their ability to perpetrate fraud, which is something they've done every Friday. All of those things I just closed. There it is again. That's Unit 207 attempting to criminally and illegally find another way to terminate the live stream. Notice the network. There's a man upstairs that's really excited that I clicked on this. Okay, again, that spare renderer. That's them just trying to hide what they're doing. And then over here, see that? We're just going to end this, crash the tab. Then when I close it, you're going to see Office extension and something else, spare renderer. Keep in mind, I don't have a responsibility to show all of this. The FBI already has all of this. I'm literally just waiting basically until I get rescued, which is going to be either on the designated date that the FBI wants, which they do have a date. All that we know about that is it's a date when they want to have people in court that they want to detain in court, or it's going to be the next time that they perpetrate a breaking and entering. My following the FBI's instructions is in no way dependent or contingent on my running a live stream, as everybody knows. And just like Unit 207 has been criminally and illegally filming outside of my door for years, the FBI has been filming me the entire time. Per the FBI, there is more than one undercover FBI agent on this case. Then add to that over 50% of the people that frequent Unit 207 are whistleblowers at risk of retaliation. She just bounced it down to 0 and is real excited upstairs. So she believes that she's terminated this live stream and that when I just opened up that email, I allowed her to do so. All right, little girly. I don't want you to get too excited. ST. Female terrorist upstairs solely for today's obstruction. Tampering. Terrorism. I know a guy upstairs, he's like, well, I'm doing part of it too. You're doing part of it, but we all know what just happened up there. Whoops. $12:40 p.m. Rewind. Or fast forward to that time. Female upstairs able to terminate. Anyway, I said all of that just to remind everybody, like, I don't have a duty here to give evidence. Everything I'm doing right now, I'm just doing on my own accord. The FBI is just basically like waiting for you dumbasses. That's the reality. Anyway, it's 12:42 p.m. PST. I'm ending this live stream and a new one will start in 90 seconds or less, and it's already set to public. The next one will be in private. Make sure you check out the description in this video and the priors. Ciao.